Dank Ferk!
Hey there, Nomads of Lore. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Jonathan.
And together we are Mead and Mischief, your home away from no home. Today we are going to be talking about Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 6, Chapter 14, The Tragedy. Some Shakespearean-ness happening. Macbeth or Hamlet or something. Maybe even Julius Caesar. Et tu, Brute! Et tu, Finicky.
That's
Boba.
right. Boba.
I don't know. It was going downhill in a hurry.
Yeah, it is.
So we're gonna talk. We've starting in our last episode, reviewing and discussing Mandalorian episodes. We're gonna kind of follow that format where we're not gonna go through this longer, drawn out summary because you've probably seen the episode. We've seen the episode. If you haven't seen the episode, major spoiler warning for this episode and the entire Mandalorian. Honestly, spoiler warning. We'll just say it now. We're usually pretty good about getting a flag if we're about to spoil something from Rebels or Clone Wars or whatever. But we could talk about anything. Who knows? Because Star Wars. But we're gonna kind of talk about our highs and lows and in betweens and maybe a handful of predictions and Easter eggy things and whatever else. So let's get started.
All right. So to begin, we're going to talk about the one little letdown for us on this.
Starting on a high note.
That's right. Which is the Jedi Temple on this planet. We were both expecting, I think, something more along the lines of what we would see in Rebels, where Ezra Bridger goes to, inside a temple or where the kids build their lightsaber, right. Or even Exegol where we have Palpatine, right. something a little more grandiose, yeah, instead of just
Stonehenge 2.0.
Yeah, with a little half ball on top. Exactly. So one little letdown, but that again was not the point of this episode, so we kind of give it we'll forgive it a little bit. Yeah. So
the next thing we wanted to talk about was, of course, Slave One and Boba Fett. Oh. That moment when Slave One kind of comes around the corner and Mando looks up at it and that's there. I'm telling you, the score, the sound effects, and the music in this show are so good. They add so much to the show. Mm-hmm. It's like a masterclass on music and sound working to improve a audiovisual experience. Mm-hmm. It's a mouthful, but it is really good. And the little score that happens as that's happening and the sound as you hear the ship or whatever is like chill inducing, super exciting. We got Boba Fett coming, which was not a shock, not a surprise. It wasn't a huge shock that we had Boba Fett show up, but he lands and then we see Boba Fett getting out of the ship. We all know who that is. Mando doesn't know who it is. And then there's this cool standoff. You want to talk about that?
So yeah, they have a little Mexican standoff between the two, and I guess a little less Mexican and more Mandalorian standoff, I guess. Anyway, where Boba is asking for his armor, and Mando's like, "It's not your armor. What you talking about, Willis? You're not a Mandalorian. You don't have a helmet on. I see your face, so go away."
Yeah.
You
didn't say the creed.
And of course we have then he threatens, with a sharpshooter, up on the ridge or something, and Mando's like, "Well, I'll kill you both because I got the armor on, you don't." And he's like, "Well, I'm not aiming at you."
Yep.
It's like, "Oh crap, I forgot about the kid."
Oh no.
But anyway, so he calls out, or she calls out downtown below, and Mando's like, "Crap, Fennec?
Yeah.
Is that you?" She's like, "Yep, I'm up here."
Yeah.
So anyway,
I don't miss.
Yeah, that was a super cool scene. Yeah. So it was cool to have her back on the show.
Absolutely.
For sure.
She's awesome.
We
love Ming-Na Wen. She's great.
Yeah, and Shawn has talked about it a little bit. I think we talked about it the other night when we watched, right after we watched it, our reaction, that she's an awesome actress, and we might be bringing more of her into the show to kind of allow for Cara Dune to leave and to be in her own spin-off show, if that's what's happening.
Seems like it seems very much like they're leading us that way.
Yep.
So the next thing we wanted to talk about that Jonathan mentioned multiple times while we were watching the thing, and we talked about it on our live video the other day. If you're not subscribed, by the way, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you know when we go live, and give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and thumbs down if you don't. And make sure and give us a comment about how you're liking Mandalorian, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, on our live video, we're both looking at these ships, and we decided that I'm a Doctor Who fan, and so we decided that this is really a crossover episode, because clearly those U-wing beginning ships are clearly definitely TARDISes, because they're clearly bigger on the inside, because you counted what, 30, 35, 40 dudes
39 guys before the second ship lands killed.
Yeah.
And there's
plus
still
plus the E-web.
Yeah, there's still 10 guys alive, and then the second ship lands.
Yes.
And then anyway, I counted in total 70 deaths and five guys, and I think I was even conservative. There were a few times it was hard to tell if they were spinning it back around to the same guy, and so when they did that, it was quick. I wasn't counting extra guys, so there could have been upwards of 80 guys died, and 5 guys that you see get into one ship, and you don't see any get into the other because it's already taking off. So there's 75, 85 guys
in a ship in two ships that look to be a little smaller than the Razor Crest, or about that capacity.
Not tall enough to have 2 decks.
Yeah,
only tall enough to have.
They're all like
laying down
like a bunch
like
of little sardines.
Yeah, exactly. No,
shoot them out.
Yeah.
So anyway, a little movie magic there.
Yeah.
It was still an awesome scene. Boba Fett, we talked about in our live video. Boba Fett's fighting style is brutal and kick butt and awesome. This episode gave us the Boba Fett that we wanted to see in Empire Strikes Back. I mean, Boba Fett is this in Empire Strikes Back and Return. He's this imposing character, and you can tell by the way the other bounty hunters act around him, and by the way that he basically has direct access to Darth Vader himself. I mean, he's clearly a kick butt dude, and we've in Legends, what they're calling Legends content now, old extended universe. He in some of the books and stuff, he was this kick butt dude, and they showed us, and so now he's that in canon, and it was awesome. He was. I'm really sad. I was talking before we started recording this video. I'm really sad, actually, a little bit that he got his armor back. I mean, it's iconic and cool, but honestly, his character design before that, with his black cloak and his Tusken Raider staff and all that stuff, was super cool. With his scarring, I assume from the Sarlacc, he could have had some of it before, but super cool. We loved that whole scene. It was really, really awesome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. So we have the scene, or we wanted to talk a little bit about Cara Dune, right? And
predictions or guesses or
what's going on with the future.
Yep.
And we said it a little bit ago that we think she's probably getting a spin-off show.
Yeah.
So we really think that based on all the rebel stuff that's been happening with her becoming a what do they call it? I keep forgetting the name. A marshal. Yeah. I was going to say sheriff, but basically same thing.
Yeah.
Her becoming a marshal and then
endorsed
kind of
by the New Republic now.
Yeah, apparently. Exactly. And so the fact that she's kind of stepping into that role and looks like she's stepping more and more into that role and becoming, who knows what's going to happen. But it seems like they're, and we even talked about, we're not sure. Shawn doesn't think, and I don't know what to think, whether or not she's going to be in this next episode. She definitely offered help to Mando to tell him where.
Because of Grogu.
Yeah, because of Grogu. That changes everything. Oh, the baby's gone. Yeah, I'll help.
Get him.
Yeah, that's right. So Shawn doesn't think that she's gonna follow. I don't know. I want her to. I want to see her in action in this next episode.
Yeah.
But it's definitely possible that she doesn't show up. Because we've already got so many other characters involved.
Yeah, I think she's just gonna point them in the direction of Bill Burr's character. What is this? May something. I don't remember. what it is,
Yeah.
whatever his character name. I think they're going to point Mando in his direction, and that's it. So our predictions for the last two episodes are that we're going to get next episode is going to be Jailbreak of Bill Burr's character. And repercussions potentially from that, and that's happening, and that which could actually this is a brand new thought. I don't know how I feel about it actually, but it could actually if Cara Dune does go with them, it could take her back to being outlaw and whatever else instead of which I don't think is going to happen, and I honestly hope it doesn't happen because her little arc going to the Marshal and becoming and redeeming from her shock trooper days, leading to full on Republic hero type person, I think is a better arc for her. But that could happen. Anyway, that's going to be next episode, and then the last episode is go fight Moff Gideon to get Baby Grogu back. I still have this gut feeling that we're still going to end on some kind of a cliffhanger at the end.
Oh, I definitely.
We haven't really discussed that, but it seems likely. At this point,
we have to. But I honestly, I still don't know. There's so much that they've opened up, and we have another video coming where I think we're gonna shoot here in a little bit, and we'll put it out sometime this next week. But there's so many things that they opened up in the last episode, not episode 6, but in episode 5 with Ahsoka, with the Grand Admiral Thrawn, and all these different possibilities of like stories that are splitting off. And so it's very interesting to see where we're going to go. I wonder, and we've talked a little bit about this, if Baby Yoda / Grogu, I keep wanting to call him Baby Yoda because I like that so much better than Grogu. No, anyway, I kind of wonder if Grogu is going to go evil. Shawn has said this a lot, and it's kind of growing on me a little bit. I do not, and I've thought this for a while on my own. I do not think we're going to have a happy ending for Baby Yoda. I hope that we do. I think it will be fan service if we do. But where we're headed with the whole story, I think it's either him dying in this whole trying to transfuse blood, getting ready for Palpatine to come back thing, or him turning evil, because we've seen kind of a little bit of that arc kind of teased, like you said, in our last with him knocking these stormtroopers around, which I think was definitely fear of where he was at, but again, fear leads to the dark side,
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyway, so it'd be interesting to see where he's gonna go, because I think we're gonna have a sad ending for him, whether it be probably next season.
Could be
3 or 4 the most. But I don't know.
Yeah, so those were our thoughts on
ding ding.
Somebody's trying to get a hold of him, but those are our thoughts on season 2, episode 6 of The Mandalorian. We hope you liked it. Make sure and give us a thumbs up if you did, or a thumbs down if you didn't. Make sure you let us know why in the comments, and whether you liked it or didn't like it. Let us know what you're thinking about Mandalorian and what you think about the future of Mandalorian down in the comments, and subscribe and ring the bell. We will see y'all later.